This is George Shamoun. Um, I'm going to discuss briefly if you want to start your first website, what do you need? And I'm not home now, so I'm using my mobile. I hope you can hear me well because I had to figure out how to use the mobile. So if you have any questions, submit them in a comment. And if you're interested in building a website, I'll just will share with you the website I just made not too long ago. It's georgekcwebservices.com. And this website was very easy. I didn't have to use coding like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, even though I'm learning to code. But it's a lot if you want to build a web page or a web design website from scratch using codes. It's too much. So I uh, I found a way. I mean, a lot of people know about this too. You can get an independent web hosting, and then you can use their website builder. And a lot of them now they provide you with a website builder. And the one I'm using is Hostinger, and it's a web hosting company, and they have the website builder, so you can use it. So if you want to see how it looks like, check out my website. It's again georgekcwebservices.com. It's the same name as my YouTube channel, but add to it.com when you get to the URL and a website. So yeah, basically, there are so many ways to build your own website, even if you are not a programmer and you don't know how to use coding like the web development codes like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and the back end like Node.js, PHP, and Python. There's so many ways, and if you're not a coder or a programmer, it doesn't mean you cannot build it. There's some, easy places you can use, easy services. I can give you an example. Let's say Squarespace. Squarespace is a great service that you can use to build a site, but they're a little bit costly. They have all options you need, the e-commerce, blog, everything you need they have. I only used them one time for a trial period, and I think they're great and they have everything, but I found them little bit pricey, if you're starting new and you're not making any money, and it's difficult to start. If you need a lot of options from Squarespace like e-commerce, um, the scheduling application, and others, you might end up paying like over $50 a month. So I think that's too much for someone who's starting anew, and you have not made any money yet. But if you're making money and you don't care and you have your business running, Squarespace is great, And the next one, which is good if you have your own business and you start making money, Shopify. Shopify is great. They have all options under the sun. I did not use it yet, but I hear a lot about it. I read a lot of reviews, and it's great. Now, my recommendation is to use an easy services like what I did. Just get an independent web hosting service, and those are becoming very cheap. You can get one for a couple bucks a month. It's not much, and make sure they have a website builder. And once they have a website builder, you get your hosting account, and obviously you need the domain name like the www dot such and such.com. Those domain name, you need that for your website, and those are not expensive. You have to pay the fee every year, and it depends what kind of name you're looking for. Some of them are already taken, so you look for one that is convenient for you, for your service or product or your name, and you use it, and then you get your web hosting account. And what's good, most web hosting accounts, they have you can do both at the same time. You can register a domain with them, and you can get the web hosting account. And by that, you'll have a web hosting and URL, and then you have to use the website builder. And if you don't want to use the website builder, which I recommend for a beginner who doesn't know how to program and they want to DIY their website, the website builder is only a drag and a drop. You can add, like, let's say if you want to add a contact form, you just drag and drop the contact form. If you want to add, let's say, a picture, it says image, you can add the image, and then it will give you details what to type in. And it's very easy. I used it. It took me a couple days. I figured out the website builder, and I'm not a very well versed programmer or very technical, so if you have any questions, submit them in a comment about services I recommend. And now I'm using Hostinger web hosting, and I'm using I registered the domain with them, the George KC service, webservices.com, and I got their web hosting package. You can get the second one. You don't have to get the cheapest, and don't get the most expensive one. You can get the second level. That's what I got. And if you want to get that, you can get it through my affiliate link. I make some commission, but in return, it's not going to be more expensive to you, and I can help you. You can submit a question. Just let me know. Tell me, like, I used your affiliate link to get the service, the web hosting. Can you help me, such and such? But I guarantee you, you may not need my help even. It's so easy. Hostinger, it's so easy. I mean, most web hosting nowadays, they make it for somebody who doesn't know programming. I mean, you can be a programmer, you don't have to be, and you don't have to be. So if you have any questions, and you got the service, even if you did not get the service from my affiliate link, just go on your own and get it. Get web hosting, get your domain name, and start building your website. It's not easy. Establish your presence on the internet, whether you want to create a business, whether you want to do it for fun, whether you want to start a message that you want to share with others. Now, some people prefer social media, and I want to tell you one thing about social media. It's great for traffic, but you have to divert your traffic to a website or a place where you own, like, email list and web hosting. It does not matter how much followers you have on social media. From my experience, I'm not gonna talk about everybody else's, but I mean, I know that people are selling, they're doing great through social media, but my own experience, I did not do good on social media. I wasn't able to sell anything. I tried a business, I tried so many things. Social media is great, but you have to divert the traffic from your social media profile to your web host, to your website or your email list, so you can communicate with those people, with your audience, personally, because even if you have thousands of followers, you don't know the algorithm, and you don't know the social media and the platforms, how they work. They keep changing the algorithm, and they keep making, you don't know how many people can see your messages. I mean, if you have an email list, let's say, and you have a web form on your website, and you're collecting emails of your audience, and you give them something for free to start the communication and the funnels, you know, if you have, let's say, 100 email subscribers on your list, and you sent an email, the email service provider, the email marketing, will give you how many people they have. They have so many detailed analytics. They give you how many people opened the email, who clicked on this link, who did that. You get so much statistics, and it's so accurate, to the point you'll know if you send an email to how much it's gonna convert, how many people will look at your email, what subject line is better. You can do a lot of trial, and you can get the feedback, about the from the analytics. So make sure, if you want to start your own business, even if you're not starting in your own business, if you want to make your message heard, if you want to share with others what you're thinking, if you want to share your profile, you can just create a website, even though if you have a presence on social media, it's okay, it's a great, I mean, I have presence too, but this is my experience. Social media is not the best for businesses. It's good for traffic, but you have to direct the traffic somewhere that you have more control, and that's where your website comes in and your email list comes in into play. I like youtube, I like it, because it's a social, I consider it social media, and it's a search engine, and you can provide so much value, and you have all options. Maybe like you can make a short, you can make live, you can make long videos. But other places, you're very restricted. Social media platform, they're very restrictive in what you do. Website is different. If you have a website and you have a business, you can add so many options to it. The sky is the limit, and with time you can change your website to a better design, better development, better application. It depends, but you have to start somewhere. And where you start, you have to start easy, and then you evolve and use services that fits your need at the level where you are. Do not jump to something complicated and like, let's say, Shopify, Squarespace, Weebly, Wix. Those platforms are great, and a lot of people are using them, but I do not think they are for somebody who's starting new, who is not a programmer. He's not familiar with or you're not familiar with the websites and the platforms and the programmings. They give you a lot of options to make changes, but if you make a change, uh, you have a lot of customization options. That's what I'm trying to say. And whenever you have a lot of customization options, it becomes more complicated. Sometimes you don't need a lot of customization. It becomes easier because if you have so many choices, you get confused. You know. So if you have any questions, submit it in a comment, please. Because that's all for this video. I just wanted to talk that somebody who is not a web developer or doesn't know programming can start building their own website. And if you need any help or any assistance, just add a comment here, or you can email me, or the best way is to get on my website, georgekcwebservices.com, just like my YouTube username here, the handle. And every page I have a contact form, and each contact form you can just fill it out with your name, your email address, and your message if you have any questions to me, and send it to me. I get it to my personal email, and I will answer you. I should be able to answer you within maybe 24 hours, because I look at my email many times a day. But since I am the only person doing this, nobody is helping me. You gotta give me some time, maybe 24 hours, and I can share with you a lot of information from my experience, and I have a lot of experience with the basics. So basically, I am one step ahead of somebody who's starting new. That's why I can help you. If you are advanced and you are a web developer or a web designer or a programmer, I'm not gonna be able to help you because you already know what I'm talking about. This stuff is, I talk about the most basic elements of the platforms, the software, the online services, especially about websites. So, and email marketing. Next step, I'm gonna start talking about email marketing. So, if you wanna stay updated with my videos, my live streams, and my contact, submit your. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe. This is the main thing. Subscribe to my channel because I love YouTube and I love making videos on YouTube, whether short, live, or or edited videos. So make sure you subscribe. And I'm thinking, let me know if you like this style of videos, just live off the cuff. I did not prepare a lot for this. That's why you see me going all over the place and rambling. But I can make a list next time. But I have to be specific about answering questions. If you send me questions, if you're not, I'm gonna start making those videos, and I'll just do random subjects related to software, online services, websites, platforms, how to do that, unless you have specific questions. So please let me know in a comment what you're interested in knowing. Do you want to know about web hosting, domain name, website builder, or the three of them, or you have other topics you want to discuss? Because I have other topics on my channel. I talk a lot about Linux operating system and the Linux command line. You don't have to know Linux, but it's one of the software I like to use, and I use it as a hobby, and I have a course, Linux operating system, how to use the command line. And I also talk about the video editing, but video editing, I'm not good when it comes to video editing, but I just, because it comes under the software and the editing, and I try myself software and online services and SaaS, like software as a service online. So I use those a lot. That's why I talk about different subjects, even though people tell you have to niche down and you have to be specific about something. But I am multi passionate about different software and different platform. That's why I talk about different subjects. But for this live video, it's specific to web hosting and how to start a web design, or how to start a website if you're not a programmer and you're not a developer. Myself, I'm learning HTML, CSS, and I started now with the JavaScript. But the JavaScript is, I want to be honest with you, it's very difficult. Even though I would not consider it a programming language, I think it is a scripting language, but everybody say programming. It's not programming. Programming, when you get to C, C++, Java, those languages are programming. That's the real programming, where not anybody can learn them. Those you have to be, I think you have to be in computer science or have a degree, or you're going to school for computer science. So they teach you the algorithm of computer programming. So, but there's a lot to learn programming. But the web development side, like coding, making codes to websites, like the HTML and the CSS and the JavaScript, are much easier. You can just it's like putting the puzzles together, and you don't even know to understand how computer works a lot. So web development is good, but I mean, I'm using it now. I'm learning HTML and CSS and JavaScript, and I'm gonna advance my knowledge to the back end, maybe Node.js, Python, PHP, scripting languages, so I can make codes, and for the back end and the front end. Because when it comes to website development, you have the front end and the back end. So the front end, that's how you start first. It's the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Those are three languages. Obviously they have a lot of, what do you call them, not platform, the like CSS processes and other. I'm just going through the basics. And when you start first, do not use the libraries or the other framework. That's the word I'm looking for, the framework. So lot of languages, they have framework, like the CSS. They have framework JavaScript. They have framework like React, Angular, Vue. But I didn't get to this point yet. I'm only going through the most basic elements of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And even with those languages that are the requirement for web development, and I'm not finding them easy. I want to be honest with you. So I recommend someone starting a new, and they want to start with building their own website, or even if you want to have somebody else build your website, use the platforms that it's easy for you. If somebody build you a website, you let them use a platform that's easy, so you can do editing and you can make changes to your website. You don't want to have somebody build a website for you and you don't even know how to edit it. So you, every time you need any changes, you gonna go back to that person, to the web developer or web designer, and pay him money. Use easy software when you start. If you wanna build your own website, or even if you have somebody else build your website. Let's say use WordPress. WordPress is easy, and it's not easy. I have to admit, it takes time. I find it easy now because I used it a lot. WordPress is good. If you don't know how to do it, somebody can install it for you, and you can learn the dashboard, so you can upload more content, more pages, and it doesn't take long to learn WordPress dashboard. Even though they tell you it's very difficult, it has a steep learning curve and this and that, but it's not. It's not. If you dwell on it, if you focus on it for few days and you intend to learn it, you will learn it. You can learn the dashboard of WordPress, and you don't even have to know programming. You're not changing anything to the back end or the front end. You just getting a template or theme, and uploading it and installing WordPress before, and then you can start making changes to your website. And the other ones I just talked about before, the Squarespace, Weebly, Shopify, though, and Wix. Those are great, but they're kind of expensive for somebody who's starting a new. And they have a lot of options, and a lot of options means confusion. You can get confused with a lot of options. So that's what it is. Yeah, building website is not that complicated as everybody portrays it. You need the programming, you need this, you need that. Just start easy and start rough, and then evolve, with time. You might build a website and you don't like it, then you want to change it. You change it yourself or you hire somebody. But as long as you start, that's the main thing. Have a domain name, and have a web hosting independent account like I did. That's what I did. I used Hostinger, and you can use any other. There are hundreds on thousands of web hosting companies that you can use. I used long time ago InMotion web hosting. I used the iPage web hosting. I used the A2 web hosting, and I don't have anything bad against any of those services. They're all good, and their prices go up, depends what you need, and they have levels. They're all like very similar now, and they compete with each other. It means they want to give you the best service, so you don't go anywhere else. And they're very very cheap. Web hosting, domain name are very cheap unless you're looking for a specific domain name. Let's say if you want to get a domain name abc.com, it must be taken. That one is very easy. It must be taken, and they might give it to you or sell it to you for thousands of dollars. So just get one that's as close as to your business or your name as possible, and pay for it like 10, $20 a year, and that's it. I paid for George KC webservices.com. This name here, you see, I have a website with this handle.com. I paid it for it, I don't know, maybe $10 or $20 a year. So I got it for 2 years, and I paid maybe $20 or $30. That's it. And then I got the web hosting. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for Hostinger. Maybe I think I paid about $70. So basically, I got a domain name and a web hosting for less than $100 for 2 years. And I'm using now the website builder in Hostinger service. It's for free, and I made this website, and that will, if I want to keep it this way, georgekcwebservices.com, I can leave it for 2 years without paying any money on it. If I want to change it, I can change it myself. If I want to leave it, I can leave it. But it's very important to have a website on the internet if you want to sell a service, a product. If you want to talk about yourself, you want to have a portfolio website that discusses your career, your intentions. It talks about you. A website is great, and you can divert people to it. You cannot divert people to social media. Everybody have a social media platform now, account. If I need to offer a service or a product, I cannot tell somebody to go to my personal or business page on any of the social media platforms. He's not going to take me serious. And people usually go to social media to socialize. That's the name, social media. They socialize, They look at pictures, they look at videos, and sometimes they buy stuff. I'm not going to tell you they don't buy, because some people are making a lot of money and a lot of business from being on social media, but those people are famous and they might be a celebrity. Those guys don't need any specific platform, or they already have their built-in audience. But you and I, we don't have any clout on the internet or on any platform, and we don't have a lot of a lot of presence, a lot of audience. So that's why it doesn't help us too much. But a website is much better. You have more control on it. You can collect email addresses. You can make an ad. You can add an image. You can add a video to a web page. You can do a lot with a web page, as long as you're talking about legal stuff. You're not doing anything illegal. You should be okay. You have a lot of freedom on your website, and then combine it later on with an email list. It will be great. But I don't recommend starting an email list. I mean, most people recommend it, but I do not recommend it in the beginning. If you're starting a new right now, today, get a web host, get the domain name, get your website up and running, and then start taking other steps. Then you have to nail your idea about business, product, what you want to do. Then you start with email list and other stuff. But first, start making content, build a website, and make videos, make content on social media, so you can direct them to your website. And I recommend using the same handle like I did here. Like, let's say I have my YouTube handle now, George KC Web Services. And what I did, I got a domain name, which is georgekcwebservices.com. So people will be more familiar with me between YouTube and the website. So again, if you enjoy this video, this style of videos, the live style, let me know in a comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check out my website, just to get an idea about how easy it is to get a website up and running. Even if you're not a web development developer or web designer, you can start yourself. You can do it yourself. And if you need my help, let me know. But first, check my website to make sure that's what you look, if that's what you get, if you want to do it yourself. It's a very simple website. It's not complicated. It doesn't have the bells or and whistles. It doesn't have animation. It's just a very simple website. You may not like it, but I like it because I took the first step to start establish a site on the internet, and I can tell people what I have now. I can tell somebody I have a website, you want to check it out, go check it out here. And I can upload to it, I can make more pages, I can make a blog, I can add, articles. And if I want to send somebody to the article, I can send it. I know they can see it. It's not like uploading on social media platform. You don't even know if somebody will see it or not. I mean, I can give you an example. I can give you an example right now. I like to use Linux operating system and the command line. And years ago, like few years ago, I created a course how to use Linux commands, and I uploaded it to Udemy. Udemy is a great platform for courses, and they promote your course. They help you, but they take a cut, which is okay. I sold about $200. Like, it was like 10 or 20 bucks. It wasn't expensive. And then I created a Facebook group, Linux commands for beginners. You can check it out right now. It's still online on Facebook. I have that group, and people keep joining every day. This group right now, I have 7,000 member on it, 7,000 plus member on my Linux commands for beginners group on Facebook. And let me be honest with you, how much I promoted my course and how much I talked about it on in this group. I was able to sell one copy. That's about it, just one copy, you know. So this is what I want to tell you, that having social media by itself is not enough. It's good to have for traffic but you want to take this traffic somewhere else. You have to divert it to a website, to an email list. Now, if you want to divert it to an email list, you still need a website. You can give people a link, because the email service provider, they can give you a link. It's not your website, it's on theirs, but it's going to be a long link. People cannot remember it. And it's going to be the domain name of that email provider. Like now I have aweber.com, and as an email service provider, I'm using the free account. So I tried to get a form where people can submit their email, like join my list. And I didn't have a website before. So I got the form and the link, and it's so long, and it starts with aweber.com. So I had to use their domain to get people on my list, and people will look at it. They're gonna see Aweber. It's gonna look, it's not branded to me. But now, if I want to collect somebody's email, and I can add a form to my website, and I can send somebody to my website, or I can put the form now on my website, and the people will go to my website, whether I send them or they found my website online. They can see it, get this, join my newsletter, get this, I will help you with that. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're on a live stream now, I want to thank you so much. I know I don't have a lot of people because I don't do this a lot, but I'm going to start doing it more and more, because I enjoy it myself. It's much easier now. And it's like being on a live stream, it's easier for me than editing videos. I'm not good when it comes to editing videos, and it takes more time. So like this one now, I just scheduled this live stream yesterday, and I started doing now while I'm going shopping. I'm moving from place to another now to finish my shopping on a Saturday. And I did this now, but I can do it on mobile. But it looks like YouTube will give you access to the mobile and to do live stream on mobile if you have 50 subscribers or more. And right now I have 58. I think hopefully they keep going up. But I'm gonna keep going this because I like to talk about platform, websites, software as a service, and specific about web development. I like to talk about this, so I'm gonna keep doing it. And I hope you enjoyed this live stream. It doesn't matter whether you were on it or coming later on. You can still submit your questions and tag me. And again, visit my website. And if you have any specific question, there's a contact form on every page. Just go to the contact form, add your name, and just your first name, I think, your email address, and the message, and I will answer. You give me 24 hours. Within 24 hours, I should be able to answer you. With that said, I want to end it, and I want to thank you so much. Whether there's one person or two or more on this stream, I'm very thankful to you, and I want to thank you so much for spending. Even if you spent 1 minute with me, I'm very appreciative of that, because I know time is very valuable. It's one of the most valuable assets in life. So thank you so much. Again, my name is George Shamon, and I have website georgekcwebservice.com, and this is my YouTube handle. And you can add any notes or submit your comments here or questions, or visit my website and submit your questions on my contact form. And maybe I'll do them in another live in the next few days, or maybe on a Saturday, but I'm gonna start doing those more. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Have a great day, great afternoon, or great evening, depending when you are in this world. I am coming to you live from the U.S. state of South Dakota, and to be more specific, from Sioux Falls. Thank you.